see. Fine.
All right.
Gladly. I can do it.
Agreed.
Uh-huh.
Understood.
I can do it. Of course.
Greetings, child of Ilmater. How are you today? I'm sorry, but war and charades are the only two games I know how to play. If they are not to your liking, I'm afraid you'll be ill-equipped to play the game that's about to begin. After centuries of Ixanamai's laboriously worded speeches and delusions of grandeur, it is a welcome change to hear such succinct threats from an enemy. Thank you for disposing of her, by the way. Her speeches were quite tiresome, and she suffered her defeats so poorly. The only thing really standing in the way of my conquering this territory was Ixanamai. When you killed her, you removed the largest obstacle in my campaign. As you probably already know, my arrival in this world was a result of conflict with my ancient adversary. I was exiled from my home plane when my vendetta with Ixanamai got, as my superiors said, out of control. As soon as I arrived in this world, I knew that Ixanamai would follow. After all, what's a few thousand years and 1 billion miles between old friends? I sought out a base of operations from which I could start a military force. In the process of doing so, I heard something calling to me from a distant glacier. It was this, Shiniban. It's an artifact so old that it makes me seem young. A crystal shard with magical powers of such magnitude that Kaldahar's Heartstone gem looks like a child's toy. Just having it in my possession caused the monstrous creatures of this land to leave their ancient homes and seek me out. Its other powers are too numerous to mention. Despite the fact that the shard has a somewhat overbearing personality, our plans seem to coincide. As for my lieutenants, they were easy enough to find. All of them were eager to join my cause, except for poor, naive Brother Padium. The guise of an Ilmatarian revered brother was perfect for traveling and gathering information in Icewind Dale. The form was easy enough to assume. The information inside of Padium's head allowed me to flesh out the role. Everything was going well, until that annoying Arundel and your good friend, the late Hrothgar, decided to investigate Ixanamai's poorly veiled activities in Dragon's Eye. If that idiot had been a little more clandestine in her business, no one would have suspected. To stall Ixanamai and seal off Icewind Dale, I used Shiniban to freeze the passes, but not quickly enough to prevent Hrothgar's band from starting their expedition. I had Craig Frostbeard and his giants cause the avalanche that crushed Hrothgar, Acalia, and those other fools. After that, I didn't really care what you were doing, until you seized the Heartstone gem from Ixanamai. I thought that Arundel would be the only person capable of using it. When I killed him, I thought the threat was ended. I certainly didn't expect you to take the gem to Laurel in the Severed Hand. Very clever. Unfortunately, your actions since that event have been inconsequential. During your extended bloody trek through Upper Dawns, Worm's Tooth, and Lower Dawns, I was building up forces elsewhere, outside of East Haven to be specific. So you see, the destruction of my forces here simply prevents me from having reserve troops during my conquest of the Dale. It's a good thing you can't see East Haven now. It would probably break you to see how easy it is to crush houses and cause temples to explode. Everything you've done is pointless. I am the beginning and the end of this story. I, and only I, will determine how it plays out. Goodbye.
Okay. Yes.
Of course.
As you wish. To victory.
Manus potentis paro.
Agreed.
So be it.
Understood.
Here?
Mortis
Bacio farewell.
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
Strength.
Mortis
Your life is worth it.
All right.
Priest Alia farewell.
best I can. Sure.
Done.
So be. Immediately.
Your life is forfeit.
To the butcher's work then.
Vita mortis cario.
To victory.
I'll do my best.
Got it.
With all haste.
Vita mortis cario.
I don't mind.
With all haste.
It shall be done.
Culture Imperium.
Priest Alia. Fair.
All right.
So be it. As best I can. Immediately.
No trouble at all.
All right.
Yes.
It will be done. Losing a lot of blood. No trouble at all.
Immediately. Of course.
Cute. Virtus. Light.
As best I can.
To the butcher's work then. Done.
Yes.
In the heat of the battle, the twisted priest of Ilmater stumbled, gripping his chest as if mortally stricken. A faint glow began to emanate from the crystal that hung round his neck. Suddenly, the entire cave was engulfed in an explosion of blinding light. When the light finally died, the party discovered that they were no longer within the dark passages of Dorn's Deep. As they struggled to regain their bearings, they realized that they had been returned to the town of East Haven. But this was not the sleepy fishing village they had left so long ago. Enchantment had fallen over the town, encasing what remained of the shattered homes and buildings in a prison of solid ice. At the center of the destruction, upon the very spot where the Temple of Tempus once stood, rose a massive tower of crystal.
Gladly.
You have found your way in, I see. I will attempt to open the passageway below to Jared's stone, but these glyphs are born of Tempus himself. It may be beyond my power. If you would help, climb this tower. See if there is another way to Jared's stone.
Gladly.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Immediately.
Gladly.
I'll take care of it.
As you wish. As best I can.
Light.
I'll make
Life
this
is
as painless
forfeit.
as possible.
Good. So be it. Immediately.
I'll do my best.
Uh-huh. As best I can. I see.
I'll do my best.
Your
Immediately.
life is forfeit. To victory.
Yes. As you wish.
Of course.
I see. As you wish. I see.
To the butcher's work, then.
So be it.
Forward.
As you wish. As best I can. Sounds good.
Immediately.
Priest Aliyah. Fair.
Of course.
As best I can. Come then, let us begin.
I can do it.
Well and good.
Your life is forfeit.
It will be done.
You again. I admire your persistence, but come now. I think it is time you accepted the fact that it is not within your power to stop me. Escape? I assure you, I have no intention of fleeing. I would have finished you back at Dawn's Deep were it not for the fact that Crenshinaban willed it otherwise. I am not interested in your feeble-minded perceptions. The shard is nothing but a tool to me. I have used its power to further my plans and gain advantage where none existed before. I am its master. Please, do not insult me with such transparent lies. Deception is a delicate art form, and should not be practiced by one as clumsy and inexperienced as yourself. Impossible! Kunshinaban serves me. It has obeyed my commands all along, aiding my cause and... I care nothing for ruling this miserable land. The scope of my desire is far beyond your mortal comprehension. I exist solely for the purpose of corrupting the corruptible. To me, this world is nothing but a fertile field, a vast crop of temptable souls. And now, it is harvest time. Consider yourselves fortunate. You alone shall witness this historical moment. Behold! The circle is complete! What was undone so long ago has been done once more. The doors to the lower planes have been thrown wide! And now my brethren are free to plunder this world for its immortal spoils. Soon the ranks of the Blood War army will swell with thousands of fresh souls.
Hold, Poquelin. It will take more than boasting to bring you victory this day. Jared's stone. I have never seen it. The glyphs, they dissolved once I felt Tempest within me, calling me to battle. I know now what I must do. What Jared had to do. The tale of Jared's stone is a lesson in sacrifice. Sacrificing oneself so that others might live. That was Jared's choice. It has taken me a long time, too long, to realize the nobility in such a gesture.
Insurgence, culture, imperium.
Fools! Do you think you can defeat me so easily? The priest has done nothing but delay the inevitable. I still possess the secrets of unlocking the portal. It is only a matter of time before I open the gate once more. Over? Over? On the contrary, my time has only just begun!
Of course.
see. So be it.
No trouble at all.
All right.
So be it.
Of course.
Yes. So be it.
Where I can blast. No trouble at all.
Yes.
Here
You're
I
not going
come.
anywhere.
It shall be the hells come with me.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Yes.
Immediately.
I can do it.
May the gods
Strength.
As best I can.
Gladly.
Yeah.
well and
Prepare
good.
yourself. Okay. Okay.
I'm on it.
It shall be
I don't mind.
mine.
I'll take care of it.
Immediately.
I'll take care of it. Your turn. I'll do my best.
Good.
Dragon blast.
Fine.
It will be done.
Onward.
Mortis
Manus potentis paro.
Surely. It shall be done.
Onward. Onward.
Manus potentis paro.
Onward.
Sounds good.
understood.
Vita mortis
It is a shame that we must resort to violence. No trouble at all.
I'll do my best.
As you wish.
Manus potentis paro.
Of course.
Here I come.
Action
The hell's
speak
come
louder
with
words.
To victory.
It shall be done.
No trouble at all. Of course.
Very well.
Vita mortis caio.
I don't mind.
I'll take care.
Manus potentis paro.
It will be done.
Well and good.
It will be done. I'll try to keep this short.
Defeated at last, the stricken demon fell with a roar that shook the walls of the underground chamber. But the heroes' moment of victory was short-lived, for as the form of their vanquished enemy lay broken upon the floor, so too was the power of the shard broken. The companions soon found themselves scrambling to escape as the fortress began to collapse around their ears. No sooner had they emerged from the secret threshold than the entire tower came crashing down, shattering into 1,000,000 pieces. Triumphantly, the party of adventurers stood among the ruins, basking in the glory of final victory. And as the first rays of dawn glittered off the scattered fragments of the crystalline tower, a light snow began to fall over the once again peaceful town of East Haven. And so ends the final chapter in my tale, with the forces of good triumphant over the forces of evil. It wasn't long before the destroyed town of East Haven was rebuilt, and a new temple dedicated to Tempus was erected upon the site of the buried portal. As for the vanquished demon, Belhifet, defeated on the Prime, he was banished back to the depths of hell, where he languished for a period of 100 years, tormented by the memory of his mistakes, and waiting for the day he would return to Faerun and exact
his revenge. Yes, yes!
Are traps gay? That's probably one of the most infamous satirical questions on the internet, and a lot can be said about its context, history, and the language behind it.